We ate the most authentic Mexican dish. It's called this, but was it even worth it?
Everything about this makes me.
This is Chef Joe Friday, and I'm his videographer. We're food vloggers hired by Dalstrong, who traveled from Toronto to Las Vegas in hopes of finding the best Mexican food experience. As soon as we touched down in Sin City, we headed to the streets to start mingling with the locals.
We're in Vegas asking people their favorite restaurant.
There was an overwhelming amount of recommendations for us to visit a new little place called Carolina's Mexican Kitchen.
You got me on that. You must be bougie.
Carolina's Mexican Kitchen is located on the outskirts of the famous Las Vegas Strip. It's a couple-run business consisting of Carolina and her trusted partner Bobby, who had quite the artistic hand in designing this vibrant food establishment.
Hey.
Hi,
How you doing?
you?
Good to see you. Look at that apron.
Thank you.
Their specialty food, you guessed it, authentic Mexican cuisine that is always freshly made and ready to order. While we were visiting, Chef Joe Friday kindly asked Carolina to surprise him with one of her favorite dishes, and she chose carne en Jugo. Yeah, I know my pronunciation might be a little off, but carne en Jugo means meat in juices. Small pieces of flank steak are cooked in their juices, then typically mixed with whole beans and crispy crumbled bacon. And it's a popular household meal for many Mexican families. Its history dates back to the mid-20th century when the flavorful dish was first prepared in. And Jose here is believed to have invented carne en Jugo in 1965 to reduce drunkenness or as a cure for a hangover. However, there's a legend that speaks of a woman who created the dish at a church festival when she threw a bunch of ingredients in a pot with broth to feed her famished churchgoers. Carolina whipped up her own version of carne en Jugo, using lean cuts of beef and slicing them down to bite-sized portions, along with those bacon strips. She then fires up the stove to cook the beef and bacon slices in their own juices, while eventually pureeing these vegetables for the salsa. And finally, no authentic Mexican restaurant would be complete without making some flour tortillas from scratch. Now, let's see what Chef Joe Friday has to say about this iconic dish.
So this is carne en su jugo.
Yo, can you explain this to me while I'm eating it?
Essentially a beef stew. Salsa in there. It has some beans in there. It has bacon, and it's topped with a little onion with a side of freshly made tortillas.
Everything about this makes me happy. The broth is nice, light, and very flavorful. There's not a lot of fat, which is I love. Beef sliced extremely thin and just melts in your mouth. You gotta love these beans. Thank you so much. Absolutely delicious. You are a bright, shining, bright and beacon in this industry.
Thank you.
Welcome to the industry. You're gonna be super successful. Thank you so much for showing me around. This is awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming by.